Imagine shivering in a crowded, freezing barrack deep inside Auschwitz, barely alive after days with no food or water. Viktor Frankl, surrounded by strangers stripped of their dignity, watches hope crumble around him. Yet, in this unimaginable hell, he senses a secret flicker, something that might keep his soul alive even if his body breaks. What was this mysterious force that allowed some prisoners not just to survive, but to find meaning amid desolation? Stick around, it'll change how you think about suffering forever. Most psychology says we chase pleasure, but Frankl flips the script. Let's explore why meaning, not comfort, is the true fuel in despair's darkest moments. In the frozen nights of Auschwitz, Frankl recalls how he and fellow prisoners would cling to memories, snippets of a mother's voice, a sunrise over Vienna. One man whispered about his wife's laugh, another about a book yet to be written. These fragments didn't cure hunger or pain, but they sparked a mental escape hatch. Just as the guards marched by, a flicker of something much stronger than circumstance kept them tethered, not illusion, but meaning. Frankl theorized that meaning is a psychological muscle, like a lifeline we can grab when everything else fails. Picture a lighthouse in a violent sea. You can't stop the storm, but the light guides you back every time. This isn't wishful thinking, it's a survival skill deeply wired into human nature. Meaning mocks the broken body, laughs at despair, and offers a reason to breathe another breath. When Frankl found purpose, even in the ambition to rewrite his lost manuscript or reunite with his wife, something astonishing happened. Desperation cracked open to reveal a resolute strength. The bleakness shrank as inward focus shifted outward. Meaning changed the prisoner's mindset. They didn't only survive Auschwitz's horror, some transcended it, proving that the quest for significance is the true human victory against annihilation. Frankl's logotherapy isn't just fancy psych talk, it's a lifeline that saved lives. But what's this will to meaning, and how did it punch Freud's pleasure principle out of the ring? Sigmund Freud believed humans primarily chase pleasure and avoid pain. Frankl, however, witnessed something different in the camps. Men stripped of all comfort still found reasons to live. They didn't chase pleasure, they pursued meaning. One prisoner, a violinist, imagined playing his beloved concert again, even as starvation gnawed at his bones. Frankl saw that will to meaning cut deeper and lasted longer than will for pleasure. Meaning isn't some generic bliss handed down from the sky, it's fiercely individual. Frankl compared it to a fingerprint, no two are the same. Like how one prisoner's reason was his unfinished novel, while another's was a promise to care for his daughter. Just as no single key fits every lock, meaning depends on your unique story, passions, and challenges. It's discovering your personal why in life's chaos. When nothing was in our control, Frankl taught us that the one last freedom prisoners had was choice, the freedom to choose one's attitude toward suffering. Picture a man staring at a barren wall. He can curse it or see it as a canvas waiting for his meaning. This simple choice paradoxically sets us free when everything else is stripped away. Sometimes that's the most powerful human rebellion. Suffering usually feels like a thief. Frankl flips this, showing how pain can actually enrich meaning and change everything about your life story. Frankl came face to face with pain that shattered bodies and souls. Some prisoners cracked under relentless despair because their suffering was senseless, meaningless. Take the man who lost his family and slipped into catatonia, a mind escape to avoid unbearable agony. Without meaning, pain becomes a brutal thief, stealing hope and identity, leaving emptiness where a person once stood. But when suffering is faced with meaning, it undergoes a radical transformation. Think of pain like raw clay. Pain alone is formless, destructive, but story it with purpose and it becomes sculpture. Frankl describes this alchemy as turning suffering from a meaningless curse into a challenge or call. Suffering becomes a pathway, not just a pit, a piece in a larger meaningful puzzle. The ultimate payoff? Frankl found that consciously embracing suffering and choosing the attitude you take toward it sparks profound personal growth. Pain sharpens insight, deepens empathy, hones purpose. Instead of victimhood, you become victor. This insight survives Auschwitz's nightmare and applies directly to the daily hardships we all face. Suffering, when approached with meaning, can be life's greatest teacher. Trapped in barbed wire and bareness, Frankl discovers a hidden freedom no one can steal unless you give it away. Let's unpack the ultimate inner escape. Bound by terrible fences, starvation, and brutality, the prisoner seemed utterly imprisoned. Yet Frankl observed a remarkable truth. While guards could cage bodies, no one could cage the spirit unless it surrendered. Viktor recalled a fellow prisoner who recited poetry quietly, mentally painting vivid nature scenes. Despite the despair, that prisoner was free inside, a freedom inaccessible to captors. This internal liberty was a sanctuary no wall could breach. Frankl describes consciousness like an unbreachable fortress. Imagine a dimly lit cell with locked doors, but an open window just big enough for your thoughts to fly free. Regardless of circumstance, this mental space remains sacred. It's the last arena where no external force can touch you. This fiercely private domain lets you find meaning and make choices independent of physical bondage. This insight transforms the way suffering is faced. Frankl taught that your attitude isn't just a reaction, it shapes your experience. Choose defiance, hope, or gratitude inside confinement, and suddenly your tortured reality bends. This mental sovereignty means that even in darkness, you wield a radical power to rise or fall on your own terms. Frankl's lessons aren't just historic, they're your playbook for today's chaos. How to wield meaning as your secret weapon, even in tiny moments. Frankl noticed even in the camps that small acts, passing a crumb, sharing a smile, carried waves of meaning that outshone grand gestures. It's like dropping pebbles that ripple forever. When everything felt lost, these little kindnesses recharged hope. Today, even tiny daily actions, listening fully, helping a colleague, savoring a sunset, can serve as lifelines tying you back to your purpose. He also stressed the power of future goals to ground you now. Prisoners pinned their minds on reunions, writing books, or starting new lives. This anticipation of something beyond current pain snapped the mind out of despair's quicksand. You can do the same. Keep your eyes on your why, that dream, mission, or promise, even if life's chaos threatens to swallow you whole. Finally, meaning is found in how we face endings, loss, death, failure. Frankl reminds us that attitude in these moments rewrites the narrative. Like a soldier who faces death with dignity, or a parent embracing loss with love, this choice injects meaning into endings. Embrace your endings today, not as defeat, but as the closing chapters that shape your legacy. Remember that freezing barrack in Auschwitz where we started? Viktor Frankl's worn body was there, but his spirit was already miles away, anchored in meaning, not misery. His story isn't just history, it's an invitation. So next time life squeezes tight, try this, pause, find your why, and choose your attitude like it's your last defiant act. Meaning isn't something you find, it's something you create, and that's the freedom no cage can steal. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.